The Sunrisers Hyderabad have registered their second win in as many games, and obviously it's good news for the franchise because after a rather poor start, they have now gotten back-to-back wins, 4 points on the table, and yes, their net run rate isn't the best, but at least they're in the hunt as things stand. However, there has been a bit of a concerning trend emerging this season with them, and it involves this man, Umran Malik. Now, Umran Malik, when he burst onto the scene in 2022, really, he took everyone by storm, not just with the fact that he was bowling at the kind of raw pace which Indian bowlers, generally speaking, lack, but he was also getting wickets by the bucket load. This time around, though, the wickets have largely dried up, and Umran's runs, or rather the runs that he's conceded, have been far too many. Even in this match against the Kolkata Knight Riders, which the Sunrisers ended up winning, well, it wasn't the best of showings by Umran, although it was a rather mixed showing, you can say, because his first over went for 28 runs, and as a result, you can imagine that he ended up copping a lot of criticism from fans, but there were a few who actually stepped in there to try and defend him as well and highlight the fact that he did a really good job in his comeback over thereafter. So let's take a look at some of the reactions, and we'll start with the reactions which were, let's say, not that favorable when it comes to Umran. First, you have this user saying that Umran Malik can bowl at 158 kilometers per hour but can't seem to stop leaking runs, and that was the case today. He was bowling very quick but going for plenty of runs. Another user said that Umran Malik is not bowling at the same pace as last year. He's about 5 kilometers per hour slower. He's also leaking runs. Another bowler who's not improving in the second, and the performance is going down. He had played for India too, and that's something that's worth noting. Umran has very much been fast-tracked as far as the Indian team is concerned, but his form has alarmingly dipped despite actually him getting those chances to be playing against top-quality opposition. Another user said that he says that Umran Malik is a bullet without a target. He should be trained in control, like, talking about controlling his pace, bowling variations, and also maybe getting in a few Yorkers as well. That is something that we were talking about on our post-match show at Sports Today as well. Truth be told, at this point, he's a one-trick pony, and he does need a little bit of work. Another user posted a rather hilarious meme where he took this headshot of Umran Malik and captioned it saying that Rinku Singh ke samne last over mein 32 run defend karne ka ghumand hai, which is basically saying that this is the swag a player shows after he was able to defend 32 runs against Rinku Singh. In all fairness, if there was any man you would have backed to actually get those runs, it would have been Rinku Singh. And to be fair, Umran did bowl a really good over, only gave away about 8 runs in that final over. Another user said that, whilst pointing out that Umran was at some degree at fault for his bowling, said that not having third man at the boundary line for Umran Malik in the 6th over is a blunder. Captaincy failure, I'd say, in that over. And it is worth noting that there were a couple of edges which actually left the bat of Nitish Rana, and if you had to have fielders in those positions, maybe he would have been caught early instead of taking 28 runs off the over. Another user said that Umran Malik said he gave 28 runs in the first over, came back and gave just 8 runs in the last over, also taking a crucial wicket. The new death bowler for Sunrisers Hyderabad. And I think this may be jumping the gun a tad, but Umran, with the kind of pace that he has, if he's able to figure out how to control himself, could be a very, very good death bowler too. We've seen express pacers succeed at that point of the game. Another user said that this is Umran Malik's appreciation post. He conceded just 8 runs against the well-settled beast in Rinku Singh after a first over disaster in which Nitish Rana hit him for 6 boundaries, and that too is a very good point because he only came out to bowl his second over in the death, and that was after a first over which went for 28 runs. The last reaction I've saved is just a bowler saying this is a brilliant last over from Umran Malik. And that's all that we can really say. And yes, we can concede the fact that Umran probably didn't have his best game, but there were a few things working against him too. That being said, it's pretty evident that Umran Malik, despite having a lot of raw pace, does require plenty of seasoning. Whether or not he can keep, getting those reps in, work on his, variations as well as his control would be what actually makes him a great bowler rather than just a bowler with a little bit of pace and nothing else. Hopefully, for the sake of Indian cricket, Umran is able to find his rhythm sooner rather than later, because him bowling this way, well, it's not ideal for Indian cricket, certainly not ideal for the Sunrisers Hyderabad if they are to make any sort of a push for the playoff spots. Thank you guys so very much for joining us in this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Plus, if you're still on the channel, you can go ahead and check out some other videos we've done through the day. For now, from my side, goodbye and good night.